those labor pains to not being able to give birth and still living and feeling adequate and feeling whole and all that. I wish men could go through PMS. I wish men could go through monna wa itshokelwa. Okay, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm from church. I've had a really long day today. And there's no electricity at home. That's why I'm recording this. And I need to do it quickly because the sun's like setting and whatever. I was thinking there's so many sad people, sad young people in this world today. And like, I thought maybe I should talk about depression and how it's a real life thing. But no, I'm not ready to talk about depression yet. I mean, so the camera decided that my memory is full. Okay, I mean seriously, as women we go through a lot, and it's very funny that guys seem to think that women are less brave than them or less strong than them. I personally feel like women are stronger than men. Women are more brave than men, because the things that women go through, yes, fine, when there's a thief outside, we'd much rather have a man go out there and protect us or whatever. I mean, it's convenient, right? But I remember one time I was walking my dog. Well, I was walking my dog. It was a puppy back then. Mind you, I'm very scared of dogs. I was walking my puppy and we were passing by this other street and they were still constructing the buildings there. And this like group of dogs came running after my puppy, and I'm walking and I'm holding it on leash and I'm scared of dogs. But you know what happened? At that moment, I picked my puppy up and I held it and I was like, yes, fine, they don't understand Futek. This is not Botswana, this is not Southern Africa where Futek is understandable. But I stood up for the dog, I was protecting the dog, and I am like pooping my pants at this moment. So like, women are stronger than you think, and women go through so much. For instance, I mean, I was thinking of talking about depression, but I'm not going to talk about depression. Depression is like a lot, it's like huge. And there are a lot of depressed people lately, and I don't want to talk about depression right now. Yes, it's real. Yes, it's like, I don't think anyone should go through it, but I'm gonna talk about PMS today because I want to talk about women. Apparently it's Women's Month and I didn't know that because I'm ignorant or whatever. So PMS is premenstrual syndrome. It's where like you're really low, you're like a whole different person, you know. Maybe normally you're all positive and like bubbly and whatnot, but like when you get the PMS, you get really low. Okay, it depends from woman to woman. Some women it's like extreme. It's like it triggers other things because imbalances in your body, and then you become like a depressed person. Some people's PMS tells them to kill themselves. I feel like when you have PMS, you have to have people around you, a support system that understands what you're going through. You have to have people who are willing to help you through it, to comfort you through it, to hold your hand through it. Yeah, I mean, especially if you don't have like a lot of faith. When you have faith too, you might find it dwindling at the time. That's okay. I mean, you're human. So personally, I don't think we should have boyfriends who are like, or partners or people in our lives who are like, oh, she's so moody, it's PMS, or stuff like that. I think people should understand that some people's PMS is like really, really bad. It's like you're in a hole and you feel hopeless. It's like depression, but it doesn't last as long. Like, some people's PMS really, my PMS is trying to kill me. I have a bunch of female friends who get really, really, really low right before their periods. I get really low before my period, And I'm sorry for talking about periods, but like, grow up. But yeah, I get really like low, so low, like food doesn't taste the same. I don't want to smile. Even when I do smile, it's just for the other people to be okay around me. But my energy is not okay when I'm like PMSing. And you know how much strength it takes for a person to go through that and like live through it. And you know each month it's gonna come. It's to a point where like you're like, okay, you stop bleeding, you're like, okay, I'm human again, I'm gonna be human. 3 weeks later you're like, oh God, I wish I could just die and everything would be so much better. Like, nothing's okay, it just feels so wrong. And that's like when you need to go see your gynecologist. Your gynecologist should be your best friend. Honestly, gynecologists aren't the worst people in the world. There actually is some really good gynecologists out there. So yeah, and yes, I'm eating a grapefruit like a whatever. I've been told I eat a lot, but it's usually fruit, so I don't know what the problem is. So yeah, your gynecologist should be your best friend. You should really be open to your gynecologist. Tell your gynecologist that my PMS is trying to kill me. My PMS is giving me bad skin. My PMS is making me feel like it's not worth living. You're probably suffering from a hormonal imbalance or something that can be fixed with pills, or you're demon possessed. Like I've been told if I was demon possessed, so yeah. Or you know, you just need some form of counseling, and sometimes your gynecologist is just the person you need to counsel you. You're not a crazy person for going through those times, really. You're not crazy. Sometimes we do act crazy when we do have PMS. Like you be in the office or at school and you feel like nothing's working out, so you want to just grab your laptop and smash it, or like throw it out, or walk out like a diva or something. But don't do that. Don't do that. Just do it in your head, go home and scream in a pillow, and life goes on. But women are really strong. I wish, for like one time, I wish that men could just go through what we go through, you know, from giving birth, those labor pains, to not being able to give birth and still living and feeling adequate and feeling whole and all that. I wish men could go through PMS. I wish men could go through I wish men could go through every single trial and tribulation that we go through and still keep our heads up high and still be the hope and the glue that sticks our families and keeps our families together. Before they say that men are stronger, men are braver, men are whatever, like, I don't think men have a right to say this, because we go through different things. Yes, fine, you can probably pick up like a heavier weight than women, or you can run 100 meters faster, but still there are different forms of strength. I just want people to acknowledge that, like, it's okay, it's not a competition. Like, women are strong in their own right, men are strong in their own right, men are smart in their own right as well. But don't ever look at women and think, ugh, you know, she's so little, she's, you know, she has no power. She has so much strength. It fuels the world. You know, women are what keeps the world afloat, the world spinning. You know, without women, the world would be so different. It'd probably be fun, but very different. So yeah, let's go back to PMS. Yeah, PMS can be extreme. I feel like there's normal PMS where you're like low, just slightly low, hungry, you know, mood swings, stuff like that. That's okay. That's okay. I think that's when, because I googled some things, and that's when you can use things like this. Because Google says, come back. Because Google says that molasses, whatever they're called, are good for you, and they help you with like PMS and cramps and iron and all these things, but that doesn't work for me. Plus, it doesn't taste good. Like, if you just put too much, it's just nasty. If your PMS is extreme, I really hope that you go ask for help. Don't be embarrassed to ask for help. If your PMS changes everybody's mood around you, makes everybody feel like avoiding you, if your PMS makes you feel like you need to avoid everyone and go into a dark hole and bury yourself and not breathe anymore, please ask for help. Now, if your PMS is like normal PMS, then you're good. You're fine. Either way, I don't think anyone should be ashamed of PMSing. And guys really need to stop saying, oh, you must be on your period. No, we're not. I mean, personally, when I'm on my period, I'm the happiest person alive, except for the bleeding. I don't like that. But I'm the happiest person alive because that's when I'm like, oh, I'm so happy. Like, music sounds good again. Food tastes amazing. I'm hungry. I want to eat everything. Life is good. But like, I need the world to be more sensitive towards people who are PMSing, and to keep an eye out for, you know, symptoms and signs that you may be PMSing a bit more than you should be, a little more dangerously than you should be, you know, because PMS can make you look at a knife and think, oh, it'd be interesting to cut myself. Oh, please don't think I'm a crazy person for saying all these things. They've just passed through my mind from time to time, and I've been on pills to balance my hormones. I wish I could show them to you, but I'm finished with them, and I threw them away. I packed it away. So yeah, but women are strong. I'm strong. If you're a woman, you're probably really strong. If you're a man watching this, you're probably strong too. Yes, fine. We're strong in our own right. But I'm just saying, we go through different struggles, and I wish that people could see other people's struggles and, you know, respect the fact that you still choose to live on and like hope for a better day. Because sometimes days get really hopeless, and like, kind of, you know how bad it is when food doesn't taste good anymore. I feel like there's not much of a point in me talking today because I wanted to talk about PMS because it affects me directly. Like, I go through hell when I'm about to get my what should I call it? Auntie Flow. When Auntie Flow is about to come, I go through it. But I've noticed that people go through it as well. Maybe not like me because I'm not together. I am. But people go through it, and people seem to hee-ha-ha about it all the time when it's not a hee-ha-ha matter, when it's like a hug me matter, when it's like a don't hug me matter, when it's like a give me some KFC matter, when it's like give me hot wings, like rub my back, be nice to me, be extra nice to me. I'm human right now. I'm at my most vulnerable, so be good to me at this moment. Don't just laugh about it. Don't just get mad about it. Understand what we're going through during those times. And I'm not saying it out of a place of anger, actually, because right now, I think everyone in my life understands when I am going through PMS, because they tiptoe around me. They just always say like, are you okay? You know, I have some really amazing friends. They DM me, they inbox me, and they're like, if you ever need to talk, you know, I'm here for you. But then that's because I have really good friends, but not everyone has really good friends. And we should know that we're our brothers and sisters keepers. We have to watch over each other and like take care of each other, because it's easier to get help when you've been helping other people, because you create a culture of helping each other. So it's not something that's foreign, and it's not a foreign language when eventually you need help because you're human. You know what I mean? So just please understand what PMS is. Please understand that people go through it, and we're strong. We should not be ashamed of going through this thing that brings all our past heartaches to the forefront when we're PMSing. When we remember the heartbreak that we we suffered in standard 2 when your boyfriend broke up with you for the girl who sits next to you in class. You know, kind of PMS makes you really petty. Like the smallest things. I cry for nothing when I'm PMSing. I could just be sitting there watching idols or watching, I don't know, even something funny or something just slightly touching, and I'll start laughing. Next thing I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like a lot. It's a lot for me. And I know a plane passing, and I know a lot of other people who go through the same thing. So I feel like we should appreciate women more, especially when they're PMSing. Shower your girl with gifts, like pluck a rose on the way to her house, like, and give it to her, and just be extra understanding and listen. And family, parents also. Your children aren't crazy. Hababeki, you know, it's just not going so well. And it will pass. I just think it should be more understanding of what women go through, and we should like watch over each other. Not just women, watch over your guys too, because guys PMS too, not like women do, but guys do go through their own things. I can't see what girls go through. I'm clearly a female, well, but yeah. So I encourage everyone, every female, to have is my lipstick on? To have their gynecologist as their best friend. I went in and I told my gynecologist, I was like, well, she wasn't my gynecologist. My gynecologist was busy. She was really busy that day. And you know, I have a phobia of like pregnant women, of pregnancy in general. I have issues with pregnancy, like it just looks uncomfortable. So like when I go to the clinic, it's a women's clinic, and it's like a bunch of pregnant women, like, whoa, everywhere. So I can't breathe when I'm there. So it's like when I was waiting for her in line, they were just everywhere. I was just surrounded by so many fetuses and like embryos, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I decided to ask for a different gynecologist, and she was nice too. So I went in there and I told her that, you know what's happening here? First of all, my period isn't regular. This is too much information, but whatever, you're grown. My period isn't regular, and my skin is revolting, and it's been revolting for a couple of months, and that's not who I am. You know, I know myself. I've known myself since I was a baby, and I've had smooth skin since I was a kid. So I told her that my skin is really bad right now, and I know it's because of flow not coming through when it's supposed to come through. It comes through when it wants to come through, and I know I'm not pregnant because that's impossible right now. And yeah, and then I was telling her that also I got this PMS that tries to kill me, that tells me, that whispers in my ear that, you know what, it's time to go meet Jesus. But then if I kill myself, do I really go meet Jesus? I don't know. That's a discussion for another day. So I told her that, and she gave me pills. It was really quick. She just asked me a couple of questions, and she gave me something. She's like, you know, yeah, you're also gonna get thick in some places. I'm like, cool, I'm okay, I don't mind. I mean, I've been chubby all my life, and we'll talk about my childhood and growing up some other time, you know. So it's nothing to be ashamed of. Gynecologist visits are really nothing to be ashamed of. Even if you haven't shaved, even if you haven't waxed, just shower. Shower, keep it clean. And I think gynecologists are like the best people ever, especially since they see like 1,000,001 people that day. They're not gonna remember, oh, Janelle's cookie was like this or whatever. Don't worry about that. Just go open wide and get checked. And also just make sure everything is okay. Like, your body's a temple. You need to make sure everything is all right, you know, A1, you know. But I was just here to share my thoughts with you about how PMS shouldn't be the death of you. I know it lies to you, it whispers in your ear. The sun is like set right now, so it's like really dark. But yeah, PMS shouldn't be the death of you. Don't feel ashamed of PMSing. Just go talk to somebody and people around people who PMS, because there's some people who have like these jolly lives who don't ever PMS, who have periods for 3 days, who like have light flows and like life is good for them, never have cramps, never have aches and pains, never have migraines. You know, good for you. I'm so happy for you. But for others who go through it, I know there are levels. There's like people with, I forgot what it's called. I'll insert the word here somewhere. You're not alone. Like, open up to people, tell people, Google these things. I mean, yes, fine, Google has like, you could end up diagnosing yourself with like bipolar disorder. I've diagnosed myself with bipolar disorder, what's it called, borderline personality disorder, depression multiple times, anxiety, but that's who I am. Well, it's not who I am, it's just what I go through sometimes for periods of time. But I've been okay, you know. I mean, I wouldn't kill myself. So just Google your thing, but like don't search for things like borderline personality disorder. For those things, I encourage you to go straight to like a shrink and stuff and talk to somebody who knows what they're going to be like doing, who asks the right questions, because Google will tell you you have OCD and bipolar disorder and borderline personality disorder. Don't listen to Google in that case. Just go figure out homo sapien, homo what remedies, like drinking black molasses or whatever, like cutting out sugar. I think sugar is like the devil. Oh, am I in focus? Sometimes I think sugar is like the devil. Plus it feeds cancer and all these things. Am I in focus? Yeah, so please Google it. If you're not comfortable with drinking pills, that's okay. I think there are alternatives that work. You know, get some sun, get some exercise. I know that's like very silly when you're really going through it and somebody's like, go outside, get some sun. It's really silly, it's really annoying. But before then, try to get as much sun as you can and see how that works. Exercise, change some things, change your food, change your diet. You know, hug people, be around people with great energy, be around people who understand you, who listen to you, you know, who allow you to be yourself. And yeah, you'll be just fine. I think PMS is real. You're not crazy. I'm not crazy. I am crazy sometimes, but when I'm PMSing, I'm just really human. I'm just really broken. I'm just really sensitive and soft, and I just really need other people. That's when I'm my most vulnerable. And the people around me understand, thank God, you know. And I hope you find the same. I hope you create an environment around you that is the same as I have around me. Because I'm really so grateful for the people around me, how they understand what I'm going through, how they try to make sure that they force me to go to the gynecologist even when I'm scared of these pregnant people, like pregnancy is contagious or something. But yeah, PMS is real and you're really strong as a woman. Whether you go through it or not, you're really strong, and no one should ever tell you you're weak because you're a woman. That's some nonsense. So I really just hope you enjoyed the talk. So tell me about times when you've gone really crazy while PMSing. And yeah, and guys, please take care of your girls. Men, take care of your women. Girls, take care of your sisters. Be your sister's keeper. Be your brother's keeper. Create a culture of help around you. You know, yeah, understand people's emotions, understand your emotions, try as much as possible to, you know, control your emotions and what you go, like how you react to certain things. You know, sometimes you gotta bite your tongue. If you go too crazy, too angry when somebody says something just because you're PMSing, bite your tongue. Try to bite your tongue and you know, breathe. It's really important to breathe. But please take care of each other. Be kind to one another. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I know this was like really chilled, but I just wanted to get it off my chest and like talk to you about PMS. I mean, it's like, it's part of my life's culture, so, and I know some people go through the same. You know, it's all good. You're not alone. Please make sure they know they're not alone. And yeah. Anyway, comment, like, and subscribe. Share with a friend. Be kind to one another. Be loving. Be great. Be amazing. Bye.